currently usually the Netherlands. As I see it, I would say it's like a dynamic format in which the team members can just put their like data in the past month, and then they like can be sharing lessons. It should also be they like do it in more like Excel. You should just share Excel at the beginning of the year, and like every month, the section just mentions that there's a new update in, and then I just can read it and then send questions via email to the coordinator. Yes. Okay, what would you be activity has to go and they were we should like I said we should or like use the projects and speak up we should be confident and have sure that like the record and see that with the record the first start and the course of the project like records it's really become a higher one for the SAT because they're supposed to be already done. Yeah. Right, not agree to the purpose and you can say that even though it's might reduce the team report for a few pages, but with the added documents, we believe this will increase the overall workload for the team and the analysis. We do believe that the investigation of the structure of the team report that is very regulation. So all that with the GA agreed to like include the team meeting reports, like just restructure of it, to like then we can amend the motion to it. Like I don't know, like I can tell them maybe like or I could check out the change there. What position? So being in the executive board of the group myself, like there are a lot of things, a lot of work goes on behind the scenes that not all of you see. So like in my opinion, again, as I said before, I don't think this is needed. I support the change of the format of the reports, but not like increasing the frequency of the report, because I think this gives them like lower motivation because they would have to write reports like every 2 weeks, which is I think a lot. So again, I would stress that point again. Thank you. Collaborative argument has the seven development of the few reports like I think you be able to say so leaving on something it's a remember the developers who are more they are smart also like one way is like as it's people like present themselves like really like in the part like the doing more be against like all or there's challenging of few I much more good way to say that we think the motion would need some rewriting because we also agree that it should be the reevaluation of the team meeting reports structure and not overall the increase of the frequency of them and also to maybe evaluate the possibility of the coordinators or maybe some of the executive not that it's needed, but mainly the coordinators to go to some punctual meetings with the LS, clarifying some questions that they have. Maybe we can express our concerns in that maybe harmony with us and so we I discovered with Chloe and we like to comment is one thing that I would like to propose to move it to after the break so we can like have a discussion about as you have read in the motion, we think that ZAPSA, mission bringing pharmacy students and knowledge together can also be sustainable. Representing European pharmaceutical students is very important, but it has big impact to the environment. Events across the continents create a lot of pollution. The sustainability fund, in addition to my motivation, to our motivation, the motion would offer the extra cost made by the decision, uh, making the decision of sustainable transport could be set up as such as the team fund or like differently like the red fund. But that's like the motivation, like the investigation wanted to see what's best feasible. Um, Additionally, the European rail network is improving rapidly more and better the international connections here and also getting cheaper. Therefore, the funds would be a good incentive to choose sustainability.
However, executives see problems with the current details of the proposal and the scope of the investigation proposal. The meeting transport required residents are not within the direct responsibility of EPSA or the capacity to the concrete information. Necessarily, with the association's limited financial resources, the current aim of the audit of travel proposals is to assess costs and identify the cheapest travel option possible. Even with the current practices, the reimbursement rate of only 70% of the team's cost was achieved in the last mandate, and for this mandate, the reimbursement rate of 50% is expected, assuming a similar total amount of expenses that would go into the team fund. It means that we as a team only get 50% of our expenses reimbursed currently for traveling to events and also registration. We therefore unfortunately currently don't see the financial resources to incentivize sustainable travel. The event plan will also currently include project for sustainability and also the RC for the annual 2020 seven is about the definition for sustainability. So in their privacy. So we propose to investigate ways to increase sustainable practice, for example, during events, for travel, for the project, amendment to the motion that not include in particular in looking into possible ways of making sustainability, motivating sustainable travel. We do very much support that. Please, financially.
I do think that if the association proves to be more sustainable, we can also apply to sustainability funds, which increase funding and also cover the cost of the sustainability funds on within Epsilon. So I would really love to see that even if there's an amendment that you would also include that.
Since you mentioned the motion, we want to be on the slide. And it reads yes, the Director General Assembly mandated the FCP to investigate the allegations of environmental sustainability. The investigation should assess the environmental impact to be moving but not limited to events, in progress, and in troubles. Additionally, the investigation should consider the management of governance, travel events, the human participants. The FCP team should present their findings during the second GA, and measures should be implemented by President GA. Um, so in this VNP is really the one and something that you can expect. Something is also one question on the secondary degree and then we're still stay your if you don't agree, we still propose an amendment. So if you don't agree, it would be like or it would need to be like the comments to be open, discuss the amendment if it should be amended, and then we would discuss the motion afterwards. So I mean if you need to take a break to discuss it further, we can. But let me go to break and open for discussion on the amendment. Okay. And It is one right now. Maybe would you like to continue with this one? So you want to know it?
Since the floor, you can shorten break to 1 hour.
Let's see what's not. I see my way.